think about it, man. With your underground mansions, these nuclear factions are asking for your apathetic passion, causing our actions, but the reaction is delayed. Perhaps the media plays a little too much on your mind. Say, did it ever occur that the lines are so blurred? It's all a sinister purr, the minister stirs, yeah, but no one really listens. It's endgame, can't save it with all your wishes. Yo, the sea's vicious, they burn with acidity. Divinity itself might not help set us free. So here we are again at this crossroads in time. Standing to my left is the man I call and I'm is about to leave. For once the seas go, it's just a minute, me amigo, before we go. You see, bro, ignoring the signs ain't gonna stop the weed growth for a second. And I don't wanna see him leave our planet in the shackles of I'd rather stand at crossroads, trading hackles with on. These words were designed within action in mind, so take a chance at the truth and escape your confines. Now that's a nefarious line. For the moment you escape, you just as crazy as I'm. And I'm pretty damn crazy. Alternative 3, screw the earth, let's make babies. Escape daily and let Gia die. The guillotine gets closer, who am I to deny? We Icarus with broken wings and an inborn dividend. Still a small chance to make tenants like Leviticus. Galactic star travel means this virus is limitless. Solution to the problem means the silence must be limited. So stop being primitive, join with the omnipotent. Resistance is futile, touch cups and start to hear it, kid. The most destructive thought in your mind is to ignore the basic instinct of rebellion in times of war. Hear that roar, yes, your ancestral memory. Facts a nightmare, well fiction is pure reverie. It might seem heavenly, ignore the truth. Does it really matter if you destroy the youth? I don't know.
Tremendous power in the hands of the people of America that they would just wake up. No conspiracy can deal with exposure. Once the truth is out and the people understand, then they have problems. The researching the Illuminati, this oligarchy of evil.
it's 2 o'clock, and that means it's time for Should I Stay or Should I Go? Brought to you by Heineken. It's all about the beer.
Love Heineken.
This is the segment of the show where you, the audience, decides the fate of an up-and-coming talent here in Southern California. Do they have what it takes to become rich and famous, or should they all just go back to the hole they crawled out of?
Should I stay or should I go?
I received this letter. It was sent to me to the news studio. It says, Frank, the name I put on my ghetto case should probably grab your attention. But chronic across it.
Okay. And it did, obviously.
No chronic inside. Yeah, it did. It says it's kind of a jazz punk thing, but all the songs have been recorded years apart from each other except for songs 2 and 3, which I will play in a second. I threw this together for you guys, and I would probably get S from the lead singer for releasing these songs to the radio. I don't give a S anyway. Play these songs, you effing D-bag. Brandon. Well, hello, Brandon. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Hey, Brandon.
Thank you for such a lovely letter. Got me all warm and tickly inside.
Warm and fuzzy.
Jazz punk. Can't wait to hear that.
So your lead singer does not know that you are participating in Should I Stay or Should I Go?
No, he does now. I called him right after you guys told me.
Okay, so we called you like 5 minutes ago and told you. So is he freaking out?
I don't know. I talked to his brother. Told him to give him the message.
So he's getting a message that the songs now. I picture this guy like Frosty who doesn't want his songs released yet because they're not quite finished or not quite perfect. And now you're going to release his little baby to the world for all of us to slam on.
Yep.
How dare you, Brandon? What an artistic, horrible thing to do.
Now, are you part of the band or is there some guy you hate?
Yeah, I'm
trying
part
to
of the band.
embarrass
I'm
him?
the guitar player. There's 2 guitar players. I'm one of them, yeah.
2 guitar players and I'm assuming a drummer?
Yep.
Piano player? Keyboards?
Nope, bass player.
Oh, no keyboards, Frosty.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to start out. You said you wanted us to play songs 2 and 3.
What's the name of the band? Did I miss it?
The name of the band is what? Welsher?
Welsher.
Welsher?
Welsher.
Welsher?
Welsher?
Yeah.
Like Boulevard?
not
not
Welsher.
Welsher.
With an E.
Doesn't pay his bet.
Oh, Welsher.
Some guy went back on his bets, like
Okay.
you, Heidi. Welsher, because you didn't pay me that one time.
Oh, I've always paid you.
Okay, the songs that you'd like us to play, any particular order, 2 or 3 first?
Number 2 is If We Met Today.
If We Met Today is song number 2. How long you guys been together as a band, Welsher?
It's probably about 7 years.
7 years?
You think you'd find a keyboardist by now?
Do you have a website?
No, we have just email right now. It's welshercrew@yahoo.com.
Oh, Brandon, how tough is it to throw up a website? You do that in an hour.
I don't know. Ask our radio station.
Are you playing any clubs or anything?
Not right now. We just got a new drummer, and we're just going to try and get our stuff together here.
So this stuff has the old drummer on it.
Yeah, these 2 songs are probably about 4 or 5 years old.
Okay, well, we'll kick this off. 520-9710. Everyone knows how to play. You call in, tell them should they stay or should they go. Here they are. If We Met Today from Welsher.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There you have it. If We Met Today from Welsher. Brandon, we're just going to go around the room here, but it doesn't matter what we're thinking here. It matters what they think out there, so we're going to give them some time to call in. 520-9710. Should Welsher stay or should they go? Frosty, what'd you think of Welsher?
Hey, Brandon, I don't think I've ever been more undecided as whether or not I like something. I was impressed by the musicianship. You guys know what you're doing. There's some great talent in that band. I mean, for the production it was great. But it's so hard to pin down as to what it is. I know you said going in it's jazz punk. I don't know if I could listen to a whole lot of that, but I liked hearing that one. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, for sure.
It's kind of like, now don't take this wrong. I think you should stay because it is so unique. It's hard to classify what it is. It's very, very individualistic. I just think it makes good background music. I'm not sure I would be jamming to your whole CD driving down the road. That's why I think you'd have a problem getting a record deal. But I like that for the very unique thing that it was. Great musicians involved, so I say stay. There's something there.
Thanks, Rob.
I just don't know what you are.
Right. Well, that's the kind of the thing I had. It's like at one moment during the song, I felt like I wish I was in a little bar drinking a glass of scotch while riding a skateboard. I don't know. And music for me is all about mood. And just when I would get into a certain mood, all of a sudden now we did a 180 and now I'm in a totally different place. And for me.
Do you like jazz, Heidi?
I do enjoy jazz. Some
No,
of it.
you
Some of it.
don't.
No. Some of it. Some of it irritates the hell out of me. Where I'm just like, God, because it's all over the place. You can just go da-ba-doo-ba-dee.
Isn't that what you're just saying? It's all over the place. You can't really get on one thing.
Some jazz I like.
As background, I'm guessing. Jazz
As
makes good background.
Low wine.
I call
wine
you up
bar,
and say, "Hey, I'm going to a jazz bar. You want to go?"
I would go.
You would make it up excuse.
Some of it, I might make it up an excuse to go to a Melissa Etheridge concert. You know, it could happen. But for me, yeah, music's about mood, and with that, I just.
What do you think, Heidi? Stay or go? See, it's tough, but what do you think?
Well, I want to hear another song for sure.
So you're not going to chime in till you hear number 3?
Well, I'm chiming in with that. Gave me a headache.
Okay, so that's a no for you. You didn't like it. Just say you didn't like it. See, exactly what I'm saying. Women always have to be liked. They can't just come out and say, you know what? I didn't like it, Brandon.
Okay, you know what? That didn't work for me.
Because come out and say you didn't like it.
Because music is all about mood, and you took me here, and now we're here. No,
but it
now
is
we're back.
jazz. It's jazz with
It's supposed to suck.
punk attitude and vocals.
Jazz sucks. I agree.
You're not supposed to be able to dance all the way through this to the same beat. That's not what it is.
I don't even know what you would do to it. You can't make love to it. I don't think.
The background, I think.
I don't think.
Background to what?
But,
Well, like in a store somewhere when you're shopping driving down the road in a car.
Talk about being undecisive while you're shopping. Oh, do I want that? No.
Do I
No,
want
I want it.
a crack? What am I
I
buying
don't
when
know.
this song is playing?
I've never
Crack?
heard anything like that before, Brandon, and I'm happy about that. I mean, I was having a hard time, like Heidi, even getting into it, but it was completely unique. I will give you an A for that. I will say stay just because you are something I've never heard before.
Thanks, Mike.
And then there is quality, and like I said, in the musicianship, like Frosty said, you guys do have talent. Whatever talented, I mean, the people who understand where you're talented, I'm sure understand what you're trying to do. I don't understand it, but I know there's talent in there somewhere.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't buy this myself, but you can stay as long as you figure out something else.
Is it kind of like when you go to a museum of modern art and they got all these weird, strange, unusual modern art paintings that people are going, oh, it's great, and you
beautiful,
convince yourself
wonderful.
it's great too, though you don't know what it means?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I guess we've been told it's ahead of its time.
Okay.
And pretty much all the songs aren't like that, except for the two I'm going to have you play. They're more the radio-friendly ones, the poppier songs. The other ones are more punk.
Are the adult only?
No, not at all. It's just you don't ever hear a certain kind of punk on the radio.
Chris is not here, but let's see what Pat has to say. Pat, what do you think of Welsher?
I want to hear another song, but I'm going to say no for now.
You gonna say no for now?
Why? How come?
Same reasons.
Yeah, I can't quite figure out what it is, but at the same time,
There's some goodness in there somewhere. Steve?
I don't want to censor myself, but I thought it was a jazz punk J-off. And
My Lord.
really, just to be avant-garde doesn't work. To say people when they say you're ahead of your time, they're trying to be nice. It's like saying, "Oh, that was interesting." You just like threw everything in there, and just to be avant-garde doesn't really cut it. It's like saying I'm cutting edge. I'm out there. Well, if you have to say it, you're not.
Interesting.
That's all I have to say.
Fair enough.
And just shut up. You're like a woman. Just shut up. just shut up.
You stupid
It's
bitch.
it's like dishwater.
Like dishwater.
Well, I was
It's got
thinking more of
a lot of chunks of different stuff in it.
I was thinking more of like a stew, like a garbage stew.
I'm thinking the tsunami water going through that village, all those things
there's
in there.
There's a lawn chair and a bikini bottom.
And a tree and a van. It's all floating by.
There's an elephant. How'd that get there?
I don't know.
And you like the individual things. You like a tree. You like an elephant. You
love a
like a
chair,
chair.
a
But they're all
bikini.
mixed together and floating around.
That's what it's kind of like, Brandon, if that makes sense.
Tsunami water.
Tsunami
But
stew.
Like I said, it doesn't matter what we think in here. It matters what they think out there. So we're going to go right back to the phones as they came in. And we'll start out with Ray and Covina. What do you think of Welsher?
I think they should stay.
Reason?
See, I understand. I'm in a punk band myself, and they kind of sound like No Use for a Name. Is that what you were going for, Brandon?
Yeah, that's one of our major influences, though.
Yeah, No Use for a Name, and I love the jazz. I listen to K-Jazz all the time.
Oh, thanks.
And I think it was good.
Thanks, man.
I understand it.
Okay, so people who understand it might like it. That's what I was saying.
That's fair.
Next up is Mike. You're on 97.1.
Yeah, I think they should go. Just because he might be unique and talented, but so is Frosty, and he should go too.
Wait, that was a compliment, though.
They should go.
Oh.
Okay, so that's one vote stay, one vote go, and one vote go for Frosty.
Third up is Frank. You're on 97.1.
I think that song was boring.
But should they
Gotta
stay
go.
or go? Go?
Go.
All right.
You were
So
bored by that? Okay.
Well, you couldn't, like I said, it was all over the place. It's kind of like a woman's conversation. It's like there was parts of it that I liked, and if you was stuck with those one parts and looped them, I'd have been all up and dancing. But
Right.
the fact that you were all over the place and describing every possible, I couldn't keep track.
But I wouldn't call it boring. It's like saying you're bored by a strobe light. You know what I'm saying?
Not bored so much as it wants to give you a seizure.
Yeah, eventually you are bored by a strobe light.
No, I
the repetitiveness of
I
it.
could dance around the room all afternoon looking at myself.
Looking at your hand.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
John, what do you say? Stay or go?
Interesting, unique. I really don't like punk rock music, but, I'm going to say that I'll let them stay as long as they don't leave the garage.
A qualified stay. Does that really count as a stay?
Hey, it's two
Frosty,
stays.
on the other hand, can go.
Okay, there's two
All right.
goes.
Two
What's
goes
the voting
for
then, Frank?
Frosty, 0 stays, 2 goes for Welsher, 2 stays for Welsher.
Want to take another call and then another song?
Yes.
Kyle in Long Beach, what do you say? Stay or go?
Go!
Why?
Ice cream pizza, man. It's like together, it's just not working, man.
That's
feeling it.
good. Yeah.
Ice cream pizza. Maybe that should be your name. Besides Welsher, call it ice cream
I
pizza.
was hoping to go with
There you
tsunami
go.
water, but okay.
All right, it's time to. I'm giving you a second chance to make a first impression. So we're going to go with your third cut on the CD. It's "Ponder While I Wander."
Well, I guess you're going to love this one, too, then.
Yeah, which I can only imagine with
Oh,
a
boy.
title like that. So go ahead, Steve. Let's hear "Ponder While I Wander" from Welsher.
Okay.
It's not over yet.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
You can't even tell when it's over.
I know.
I figured
Now?
out. I figured out what it's like.
Okay.
If you like put on your radio on FM band and just spin the dial real quick, and you just be able to spin dial. I have all the radio stations come in for 5 seconds.
It's called scan. Yeah.
It's
yeah,
scan.
just- yeah.
It's musical calisthenics.
You know, actually, I like that one better than the first one.
You're kidding me.
I did. The "Ponder While I Wander" from Welsher. Right now, the score is 3 goes to 2 stays. We'll see if that changed anybody's mind. Right back to the phones. Where did we leave off?
Robert in Costa Mesa's up. What do you say, Robert?
Well, after the first song, I would have said stay, but after that second song, I don't know. I'm more confused than ever now.
Ice cream pizza. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, I'm going to say stay, but the first song, it sounded like a couple of chicks talking in the middle of that song.
That was from Swingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well,
You're so money, you don't even
all
know
right,
it.
That's,
I was confused.
He's confused.
Visually confused.
Another stay. It's tied up 3-3.
Joe in Venice. What do you say? Stay or go?
Well, I was going to say they should stay. But the second song, I'm kind of thinking that they should maybe go.
Oh.
So which is it?
But you know what? I think here's what I think. They said these songs were recorded 4 or 5 years ago,
Yeah, years apart from each other.
Those two are around the same time. That was about 4 or 5 years ago, yeah.
and so you were ahead of your time back then. So that means you're probably like caught up now, right?
I guess so.
So I say stay because I think you guys are really good musicians.
Oh, thanks, man.
And I think that if you were this good 4 or 5 years ago, you must be really good right now.
We're getting there.
That's
All
a
right,
stay.
don't let me down.
All right, thank you.
That's
All
a
right.
stay.
That puts stay on the lead with 4 stays to 3 goes.
Kathy in Pasadena. What do you say? Stay or go?
Go. They definitely have to go.
Why?
I have to agree with Heidi. I got a headache just hearing it.
Were you trying to dance to it?
No? How can you dance? to
Oh,
that?
the epileptics can dance to it. That's about it.
To begin with, I have no rhythm, but that really made me get way off.
I think you have to have no rhythm to be able to dance to that.
No, it was horrible. I got a headache just listening to it.
Kathy, you ever been like at a music fest where it's Battle of the Bands? They have like 10 stages, and there's a place you can stand right in the middle and hear every stage at the same time. Sort of like that. You lean a little towards that
Right.
stage, you hear more of that one.
Oh.
So
I
that was.
kind of think that's what they were. Also, like the whole radio scan thing, definitely. When you hear all these different jibber jabber, that was it. Just a lot of jibber jabber.
4 stays, 4 goes.
Ooh.
Wow.
Jim, what do you say? Stay or go?
Hey, you know what? I really like it. Number one, the first song reminded me of Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, and I think it was Heidi said something about you couldn't make love to it. Number two, you could tear it up to that one.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you'll have to show me.
Okay, hey, no problem.
All
no
right.
problem. They should stay.
Stay.
Awesome.
Yep.
I think it's one more stay, and you can
Wow.
actually stay out here and pursue your dreams. But 2 more goes, and you got to leave town.
Next random call is Ben on the 210. What do you say? Stay or go?
Hey, triplets. I say stay.
They awesome.
Thanks.
Steve's very anxious.
We won't even let him explain why we booed. No, we only booed because we did nothing to solve the traffic problem here in Southern California, because you can actually stay, Brandon. So you can call up the lead singer now, and he didn't get crucified. And actually, when I look at the phone lines of people we didn't get to, the majority are stay.
Awesome.
People seem to like it. Now, what is your website again for everyone who wants to know where you're going to be heading?
We have a website, but there's nothing on it right now. Welsher.com. But the email, you can email Bryan. He's the lead singer. It's welshercrew@yahoo.com.
Welsher Crew, spelled CREW?
Yes.
Can you send a CD of all your stuff to Heidi so she can listen to it all day, just over and over, because she likes it?
I'll bring it to your house and we'll watch it there, listen to it together.
There you go.
Brandon,
I'll have a good session later. Listen to the first one, huh?
Thanks a lot for playing, and this has been another episode of
Should I Stay or Should I Go?
It's Frosty, Heidi, and Frank on 97.1 FM Talk Station.